Right then, my little munchkins. This is a south-facing wall. That's the south. The sun is up there, behind them clouds somewhere. So all day the sun is up there. I'm going to build a greenhouse, like a greenhouse lean-to, as you might say. These are the sheets. It's going to have these roof sheets on them. These are the roof sheets. So I have to make the roof. I'm only sort of at the moment just roughly measuring it, so this is the rough measurement of how long the thing is. Easy to handle a bar. So we get this, and the roof's going to come off there, so it's roughly going to be out here. So down there, where the base is going to be. Well, this is a good base. It's a good solid. I don't need to dig a foot in. I just need to dig down to the good tarmac. All this is tarmac underneath. The reason the rubbish is there is it floods, so I put the gravel on to lift it up out the water, so the water goes in and out. Anyway, so I've got to dig this, move that trailer out of the way, and dig down to the nice tarmac bottom. Then I've got loads of stuff to make concrete with. I'll put them two scaffolding boards that are down there, or maybe that scaffolding board, and I'll put them side by side, and I'll put them in level, and that will be the bottom base. I'll imagine a strip of concrete, the depth of a concrete board in there, a scaffolding board up there. On top it'll be level, underneath it'll be the level of whatever the floor is, which isn't very level, but that'll do that trick. And then I've got the blocks, then I'll put a layer of blocks on top. Ooh, I nearly went over. I'll put the layer of blocks on top. I've got the bags of cement in, that should do the trick. I've got the mixer, so I'll put a layer of blocks on top, so this will end up on top nice and flush. And then all the glass in the windows that we had out of the house when we replaced the glass in the house, I'll put in. The reason they came out the house is because they were looking misted. See how wet they are? They're all condensation inside them. But I mean, it's still glass. It'll still make a greenhouse, and it's cost me nothing, hasn't it? So imagine a nice concrete wall along here, nice concrete base, and then it'll just be a matter of a lean-to. Those are the sheets. Put them across. Put a wall of glass. Whether I'll use those frames or whether I'll just use 4x2 and put the glass in with beading, I don't know. I haven't got there yet. Depends what will fit where. I've got the door. The door's over there, but the door's a bit knackered, but it don't really matter because the bottom of the door is shot. But it doesn't matter because I'll just simply bolt that piece through the wall. I'll bolt the door on here somewhere, hold the door up, a couple of holes, bolt it on, and that'll be the door. Then hopefully this will be Debbie's little greenhouse, just enough for her to walk along and to have a bench or something for her to grow whatever she wants to grow. And then the sun will be shining. Look, the sun's up there. Oh, where the hell is it? It's up there. It's up there somewhere. Hold on. The sun is coming through the thing there. Blinding, the sun is. If I can find it. It's there anyway. Yeah, there's the sun, look. So it shines on here all day. So this is going to be Debbie's little greenhouse. Just keep watching. Keep watching. So this is giving you the idea, look. Dig down to the good stuff, the good ground. Two planks in, nice and level, but of course they've got to be wider. I've got to move this trailer out of the bloody way and go that way a good bit, and I've got to get rid of this tree, grind it and cut it, so I can't film and do it. So the next film that'll be gone, the trailer will be shifted over, and that will be way over here in a nice straight line next door to that. What a bitch. What a bitch this was. That root, that tree thing that was there. Oh my god, I've killed every drill and blunted every drill bit getting in there, but anyway I've reduced it and burnt it and chopped it and cut it. There was a root down there, down there if you remember the bush. Anyway, we're 6 feet centre, so so it just shows you how far I was out. I've got to go that way, end up by that block there. So Lancey Lance, can I have my wood back please, Lance? Because I've used all my scaffolding planks on the shelving, haven't I? Right then, my little greenhouse followers, those sheets are 6 foot, the roof sheets are 6 foot, so I've got plenty of room. Put this, go on, put this at the end of the building and bring it to here. We've got 64 inches, so we've got 64 inches on that edge, because the sheets are 6 foot, which is here. So I've got the middle of the wall needs to be 6 foot. Yeah, the sheets are 200, sorry, I make a mistake. Right, so those sheets are 200, which is there. So there's plenty of overhang. The middle of the wall needs to be here at 6 foot. So I've got 64 inches there, plus the bottom. The middle of the brickwork will be at 6 foot. That leaves me 200 for the sheet, because of course the sheets are going to be on a slight slant, aren't they? So there's that one. We've got the same measurement. We've got a string line going across. Same measurement from here now, up against the wall. Up against the wall. We've got 64 inches. Yeah, 64 inches. The middle of the wall needs to be at 6 foot, and the sheets are 200. So what I'll do, because it's all crooked and the level is to hell, I'll do a kicker. So I'll put the first level in to about here somewhere, wait for that to set, and then I'll clamp the scaffolding boards on top and then level the top of the scaffolding boards and then put another level in. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. So I'm quite pleased, just got to make the mix now. I'll do the greenhouse updates, monsters. I've put this in. It's a kicker. It's going to have another level on top, but the reason I've done this is I'm going to be able to, I haven't got, the reason I'm going to do this is, see this, say that's a scaffolding board. I'll now clamp the scaffolding board to there, take this wood away and replace that with a taller, and level the top of the scaffolding board, and don't worry about the bottom. The way I did it, you see my end plate, I knew this line was pretty much where I wanted it to be. So as long as I followed that, it didn't matter. So I used my spacer, and as I came along, I spaced it. I put a bit of a space there. So I was only worried about this space here. And I've got plenty of room for a leeway, because it's only a 9-inch brick. So along there is going to be the wall. And you see all this here? You see all the rubbish I've got lying around? I'll bury that in the floor. I'll lift this all up and use it as a mix. And then all that rubbish I've got in there, and all the rubbish I've got in the corner here, all that wants picking up. Well, ordinarily, you would take it to the tip, wouldn't you? You put it in a bag and put it in the back of your car, make your car filthy. But you see, like I did the wall, just throw it in the wall. So all I'm going to do now is throw it in the floor, because it's only a floor for a bottom of a greenhouse. So now Debbie will have room to walk here, and a little table, and all this glass will be making the front where all the sunshine's coming from. So so far so good. Haven't decided how I'm going to end it here, where I'm going to put the door, set it back a bit, maybe give me a bit of space here. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'm knackered. I'm knackered. Well, I thought it had been a while since you'd seen a fast forward movie, so let's see a fast forward movie. That's let's go a bit quicker. Here we are. I was in the corner putting a bit of air in the bin, in the wheelbarrow. Here we are. Look, I'm flat out now. You see, it doesn't take long once you put your mind to it. There's a little fast forward movie for you of how I did that today. Yes, all on my lonesome. All on my lonesome, as it should be. Little munchkins. I've stripped off what I had before. I've put the scaffolding boards up, so I know the thickness, I know where it is. All I've got to concentrate is making sure these boards are level. So let's have a look. Yeah, that one's level enough, and this one, that one's a bit of leveling. That one's bringing up a bit, so you know, one's going down a bit. So bring that one up, yeah. So then I now know where level is. All I have to do is follow the top of the board now. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Little double check. Just a little double check. You see, that is up on the wall. I'm going to put a wall plate up there, and the sheets will sit on there. There'll be a slight slope, not a hell of a slope, just a slight slope, and then that will meet the middle. If we put the brickwork in the middle, and then the windows will be in the middle of the brickwork, that will leave enough of overhang to catch the rain, to make a water butt. I'll make a water butt here. So put a wall plate up there, sit these on top. These will meet the wall, the glass wall here, and then it'll drip over, it'll go into a gutter, and then the gutter will go into a rain catcher. Good plan, Reggie, good plan. I like it when a plan comes together. Here we are, 2 mixes in, doing well, doing well. Throw stones in it. When I think it's a bit stony, I throw some sand in it. Because it's a good depth, I had a load of slabs and bits of concrete knocking about, so I chopped them all up into little blocks, and I put it in, and if I come across one, I just throw it in front of it. So yeah, mid-job update. So we stopped for lunch. We had a bit of a moment. These planks were beginning to separate. It was beginning to get wider and wider, because I'm putting it on and then I'm ramming it down with the shovel, making sure it all fits in, and then smoothing it off. So I'm thinking, shall I carry on and do another bit? Or shall I leave that till tomorrow? I think I'm gonna probably carry on, because I've got to shift all that shit out of the way to get the car in anyway. So this is mid. We've had our lunch, we're going to crack on and do a bit. So far here, those are 9 foot, so it's about 9 foot to the end, so I'm going to need those boards, so I'll have to wait a few days. So I'm going to create a stop end here now, and then I can move those 9 foot boards along here to bring this to an end, because I haven't really decided yet what to do with this lot. So that's good enough for today. I'm just going to make one more little mix of just pure sand and gravel and stones, and then I'll bring that to an end. Well, if I do say it myself, that's quite successful, that is. Nice smooth face. Nice smooth face. Yeah, so that means I did get the mix. I haven't got a concrete poker, of course, but I did get the, can you see it? Where are we? I'm low enough, yeah. That's it, look. I did get the mix and I did hammer it in so it goes everywhere. So it's a really good surface to that. I'm really pleased. That's telling me that there's no weakness, and it's telling me that I hammered it well in. Right then, my little munchkins, where we are, a little bit step closer. The next thing is grab that door. Basically it's just a door and a hinge. Bolt that to the floor, to the wall, wherever I can get it to bolt. Clear this crap out of the way, bolt it to the wall, and then shut it up and decide where the door's going to go. The concrete will fit the door won't fit the concrete because the bottom of that door is knackered. Anyway, another report. I shall report in tomorrow, my little munchkins. You might not hear from me for a few days because I've got to get rid of this, dig all this good stuff out, pile it up over there until I get a nice clean floor. Then all the other rubbish I've got, I'll lie the rubbish in big bits on the floor, and then the crappy stuff I shall fill it in. Then I might put some of this good stuff back on, and then this will be a concrete floor. So the reason I've had it this high is because I'm going to bury a load of rubbish that otherwise you'd put in a bag and take it to the tip and knacker your car with it. So I've got quite a bit to do. It's going to take me quite a while, so I'll send you another report when I'm halfway through it. Oh dear, oh dear. Little bit of a failure here. You see that? I've put too big a bit in there and it's jammed in the corner. I put that foam in there because I had it and I thought, well, that'll make a nice expansion joint between the two of them. And do you remember after dinner it was going wide? Well, that's what happens when it goes wide. It creates a lip, look. Creates a lip. So we got it back under control. We came back in here, but I've put too many big bits and the mix wasn't quite sloppy enough to fall in the holes. Yeah, that's not good there. But just jam it full of concrete, it'll be all right. Next mix, I'll get some cement and I'll plaster that up. But all in all, again, look, the bit was too big. That bit was too big. Too big chunks in it, or too many chunks in it. But this side's not too bad. Not too bad at all this side. Just a little bit of a hiccup there. Bit of a hiccup there, but all in all, it's good enough for Reggie. When did you say you wanted me to come round and build you an extension on the back of your house? Well, my little munchkins, it's a lovely, fantastic day, and I was going to do a day out in the garden, but she said we want to be together. So we are being together. Debbie is on the mixer shift. Remember the stones as well, not just sand.
Yeah.
Put any stones in.
Put stones in.
Put loads of stones in. You've got a long way to go. A bit sloppy, yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't waste your journey. Put shovel forward.
I can't do holes. I've got to watch.
We've got the wellies on. All this lovely sunshine. Look, there's not a cloud in the sky. And we've got the wellies on. They are, look. How are you doing, love?
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm on stop waiting for a mix. But we're getting on with it. Here we are. Right, no messing with the water.
Are you sure?
Yeah! Hammer it in, make sure it gets everywhere, and it gives you a fairly smooth surface. With a bit of luck, with a bit of luck. Yeah. Ooh, too much stone. Half about right.
Look at the sweat on his back. Whoa! You got a V shape on your back.
What?
You got a V shape on your back. You sweated that much.
It's called hard work, love. Eh? It's called the man thing.
Oh, I need a lot of muscles for that. I think I need you.
Make sure it goes everywhere.
Oh, you can do that. It's too much.
You see, this is what you call wife training. This is training the wife to be a builder.
Nails and all.
So this is the day after. Not bad at all. Nice good edge because I hammered it all in. But can you see there's a little bit of underneath the bottom? That doesn't really matter. But if that bothered you, you can now, whilst it's green, you can now get rid of it. If you leave it much longer, it becomes solid and hard, and in the process of breaking it, you might break something else as well. So, whilst that's green, I'll just scrape that along now. Not a bad little job. Let's see how was our measurements. Let's get rid of this. Shut the door on it. Let's see if the door works. You see? Oh, look at that. Blow me with the feather. Look at that. Spot on. Spot on. The door will shut up to that. Right over it. So the step, and you can't see the step, can you? Hold on. You see? Yeah, pretty damn close, which is where we wanted it. And the door will now shut up to there. So I've created a step as well. So, I'm quite pleased with that. It's looking good. Looking fantastic. There we are, look. It's soft enough to chop any bits that are sticking out, but enough to dry now. So we'll leave that for another day. Let the fresh air get to it, and it's nice and clean and dry. A nice clean edge for it. Yeah, looking good. That's where that bit of wood was. Don't matter, because that's going to go that way anyway. So, I'm very pleased. Very pleased. Right then, you bunch of unbelieving heathens. I have been doing a little bit. Do you see the blocks all cut up into little bits? That's underneath the gravel, and throw the gravel on top. Smooth that down a bit. Of course, I've got to dig that out first, and then put the stones on, and then put the gravel back on top. I came a bit of a cropper. See, there's a bucket full of stuff. That one's breaking up. There's a bag of cement gone hard there. All that rubbish needs throwing into the hole as well. And all this, all them slabs need breaking up into little bits. We'll go in here. We've got quite a few bags of concrete knocking about that I never got round to using. It's gone rock hard, so all that needs breaking up as well. So quite a lot of breaking up work to do. So I've got to dig that out, put the stones in the bottom, the big blocks in the bottom, and then put all that rubbish. See, this is pretty good stuff. I can make a mix out of this stuff, but you see the soil that's in this one, that's bad stuff. That's got to go under the floor. There's bad stuff over there as well. That's got to go back in under here. And God knows what's in there, but that's got to be turfed out and have a look at. So I've got quite a bit to do, all back-breaking work, you bunch of unbelievers. Here's the lamppost, Lance. I haven't got the cover for it, so I'm sure a man of your calibre could bash a bit of tin just to shut that hole up. This is where the cable comes in at the bottom. It's 14 foot. 1, 2, 3, 14 foot 3. It's a proper lamppost. I think they changed the sign next door and they put it by the side of the road, and I had it. I acquired it. I was going to put it in here, but I haven't got around to doing it. The top of it is, see the top of it, it's quite a substantial thing. It's 3 inches. The top is 3 inches. So you could put a nice, you could make a little nice wind vane, or make a lamp, or you could even buy a lamp that you could adapt to fit on there on the top, like a little Edwardian street lamp type thing. That painted would look nice at the very end of the garden, just so that should you want it, you could always have a light up there, couldn't you? I finally found this corner and the other door to the garage, so all I've got to do tomorrow is dig this shit out of the way. We'll throw that bad stuff on top of there, bring this good stuff out so I can make use of it in the concrete mix, and then put the blocks. I've still got loads of blocks and stuff left over there and over here, and then start working my way backwards this way. There's the footing wall there, look. So, and then just slowly come back this way. So I'm getting where I want to be, but boy oh boy is it hard work. I'm a box jockey, I'm not a labourer. Bit of Reggie advice. Don't ever buy too many bags of cement, because all you got to do is break them up in the end. There's 1.5 bags there, that grey stuff. That's got to be broken up. This has got to be broken up. This bag and a half has got to be broken up. And there's another 2 bags around here that's waiting to be taken and broken up. Bloody hell. You know, you buy them, oh, it's all right, it'll come in handy. It goes rock hard and then you got to break it up. Well, luckily, I've got a Tadger. But it's even hard work with a Tadger. So boys, don't buy more cement mix than you need, because you'll end up like me, back-breaking work, smashing the things into bits. So this is a video for the flag lady. Yeah, we want the Union Jacks, if they do, to go the height of these, those Union Jacks, so that when we're at a show we can poddle around with them on. But another thing we're looking for, and these are gold ring, as you can see, our Union Jacks at the back of the bike are a little worse for wear. They've been there a while. So, can we have a Union Jack that is from there up to here, a Union Jack that is, I'll tell you now, hold on, get that thing out the way. A Union Jack that is just under a foot. We need a Union Jack about 10 inches. 10 inches would do. 10 inches or 11 inches? Yeah, 11 inches would be fine. Can we have a Union Jack? Well, 2 Union Jacks with a Union Jack either side. 11 inches. It is a Goldwing, sold as a Goldwing connection thing. But rather than go over the smaller, because I've snapped this a few times, the whole, if you make the gap that this would go over, say an inch or whatever you think it'll take, that'll be fine. But we want a bigger, you know, one of these, but the whole length, that will go slide over the top, because I've snapped these a few times, so they're super glued. Ordinarily you'd screw them in, but these are super glued in, so we'd sit it over the top here, which is, that is 20, that's 2 centimeters, 20 millimeters wide-ish, yeah. So it goes over the top of that, and I'd like these, stop them coming off, I secure them with a, can you see, a cable tie. I just make a little hole in the thing and then secure them with a cable tie so they can't work their way up. And I secure them down with a little cable tie that runs through the bottom as well. So we want Union Jacks. What did we say? 11 inches? Yeah. We said 11 inches. Yeah, Union Jacks 11 inches, and whatever the measurement is, what it works out. Do you know what I mean? 11 inches that way, so it can do the whole. I hope that helps, and we'll have the other flags that. Oh, just noticed that's coming loose. The other flags we can put over, because of course we can't run with the big Union Jack, can we? So we have 2 of them and 2 of them, please. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look what's in here. My garage with all my nuts and bolts and stuff are in there. At the moment, I'm keeping the wing in here, which is generally Debbie's garage. This is where Debbie keeps her car. But at the moment, whilst I'm home, so this is the yard. This is the yard bit in the back. There's the old windows that came out the house. There's not much wood in here. There's the footings of the greenhouse. I'm over there, so we're getting on. So this is the garage at the end. This is, you know, I was telling you about the gates. I'll make a better one of the gates. These are the gates that came from Guymer's next door. These gates, 2 gates open, and that post comes out, and you can come into here. This is where I used to keep the vans and stuff. Wood-wise, this is the end garage. Wood-wise, the only wood I'm thinking about is, except it's very, you said thin wood, little wood, see that there? It's got a bit of age on it, but if you're going to decorate and paint it, it won't really matter. I've got a few of these. I've got some batten wood. That's batten, you know, roof batten wood. That's inch by whatever batten wood is. I've got one length of that. Hold on, I've got a few lengths of that. Hold on. Actually, I've probably got. Oh yeah, I've got bits of. Oh yeah, probably enough. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 4 short lengths of that wood. These what are on the trailers were stripped. I turned them into planks. They're good shelving. There's some of that there. Again, what I do, there's some of, oh, that's what I was thinking of. There's some of that type wood there. I generally get it, denail it, and then put it in, but I'm not a great thing of wood. But there's plenty of batten wood. Yeah, you could put pipes behind that. There's quite a few lengths of it. But yeah, so this is where the Passat lives, by the way. And that's where the lathe is ready. So yeah, I've got Battenwood tone. Right, I'll leave it in this, and then we'll go back out into the yard, into the project. So today's job is find the ground, the very bottom, and put a layer of stones, you know, big stones, all the bits of concrete and rubbish, and then cover that with a layer of gravel. Just the thinnest layer, just so it goes in all the gaps. And then once you've got a layer like that, put another set of stones and bits of concrete and whatever, and work your way to the top. You put more sand on top of that. It might take another load of small stones on top. As long as I've got 2 inches, I'm going to put 2 inches of concrete on top. So I've got a long way to go. But yeah, basically, find the good stuff, put a layer of rubble, big rubble underneath, then throw the gravel and the sand that I've got knocking around on top, just thinly, and then start again until you reach where you want the floor to be. It's that deep there, it's this deep here. So yeah, so slowly all this stuff will eventually arrive on top of that stuff, and then we can put a concrete floor in. That's the plan anyway, that's the plan. Skins, look at this, all that was shelving. This video I've been securing that door, but all this was shelving, and I had loads of rubbish stuff on it. Anyway, Anna, there's a scrap man coming to take it all away. Trailer's going as well, so hopefully I'll get some space. But this is also a little film for Tom, because Tom, do you remember over there we were this came out of, I reckon it must have been AM PM shelving, so I don't know, but this was the shelving. This is the last of the 10 acres, the Guymer's site. It wasn't Walton's building it came out of, it was across the road. It was sort of next door to you, Tom. I'm sure you remember it. That was the shelving. So this is for Tom. Tom from Groupie Chipping. Yeah. The only thing that exists from next door now is obviously the gates. There's one big gate behind there, look. And there's one big gate behind here. That's the only thing that exists now from. These gates are just sort of there at a funny angle. Yeah, these are the green gates. So they're the only thing that exists from 10 acres as it was. So when I offered this up to it to find the end of the bolt was going to sort of come in on the up curve of the sheet, and that wasn't really satisfactory. It wasn't really good. I wasn't going to get a good fit in. So all I've done is I've cut the curve out, so we've got enough. So now the bolt will come through the wall. This will come out on the flat surface, that will come out the end of the thing, and we'll just bolt it in with a timber behind it. This is just to lift it up a little bit off the floor. I'll take that wood out afterwards. It just allows me to come up a little bit more, bit more coverage on the top. So it's coming along nicely, So Houston, we have a problem. The profile of this sheet is different to the profile of these sheets, so they're not really going to marry up with each other. See, I've put the wood in. I don't know if you can see the spacer. You can't, can you? No, you can't. I've put a spacer behind there. Up behind this. Yeah, hold on, you might see it. I'll do it that way. Yeah, see, I've put a spacer there to keep this wood off the frame. It's only a bolt bigger than there anyway. So the wood's in. The 2 sheets I used, I had 5 sheets. I thought, great, I need 3 sheets for this job, but I've only got 2 sheets of this profile, but I have got 3 sheets of this profile. But I've already made the thing ready. So, Houston, we have a problem. I had 5 sheets. I thought, oh great, I've got plenty. But these sheets have a different profile. Damn. But luckily, I've got some old sheeting here, which is the profile I want. And because they're walk safe and they're bomb proof, they're absolutely bomb proof, these walk safe sheets. I'll just cut this up and make this fit that little bit on the end, and it's all going to get painted black anyway, so you won't really know. So Houston, we had a problem, but I found a solution. So next week I think we're going to concentrate on double skinning this door. Use them 3 remaining sheets over there to double skin this door, because at the moment it's good, but it's only 1 skin. So we'll double skin that door, maybe make a new handle, alter a few bits and pieces, get a piece of tube. Well, instead of having a tube there, it'll be easier to step over. Probably remanufacture that door and then tidy it all up. So, and then this will be the home for the Goldwing. Throw Debbie out of her garage, and then of course I'll have to make another garage for Debbie then, won't I? Here. But let's do the greenhouse first. Let's get Debbie's greenhouse done and out of the way. Then we'll make a lean-to for Debbie here. That's the long-term plan anyway. She can get a bigger car, because at the moment she's limited by just the small space. Well, if I do say so myself, a job well done today. A job really well done. Got a bit more space, bit of a bonfire, that'll soon go. Wait for a windy day, a really windy day, burn all that, then that'll give me the space to carry on with the greenhouse. And we're getting there, and of course, trailer's gone out of the way. Lovely jubbly. It is the madam, look, doing the painting. We're getting there. Here is the madam doing the painting. She's as mad as I am, because she said, I'm surprised you haven't got your camera out and taking a film.
Well, it is a bit arse about face.
So
we should be doing the dirty work first and then painting, but this is Reggie's idea.
I've got the camera out and I'm doing some filming. See, look, you can't see through that window at all. No, it's all painted black on the inside. The door's painted black, lovely. It's been sealed, so hopefully that paint won't come off like this stuff has. But you know, it's been on a few years.
Jesus, Reggie, it hasn't been painted for 10 years?
Yeah, easily. This hadn't been painted for 10 years easily. So, let's go in. This is the other side of the, and it's bolted through the wall there, and then the wood behind it, and then it's tack-screwed to the wood, and then bolted as we're going along. Yeah, so this is baddie proof, and there was a few spy holes in this sheet that I had to repurpose, so I fixed the spy holes with the, thanks Lance, with the RAF. If it's good enough for the RAF planes, jets I should say, fast jets, it's good enough for me, yeah. So that's that sealed up and secure, nearly ready for the wing. This is the next one to deal with, but we'll get it, no problem. So yeah, this is us. Mid job.
Well, it's got to have another coat on it.
Yeah, it's got to have another coat.
So after the bonfire and all that shit.
Because of the filth afterwards, but it's coming nicely. And then of course we'll work our way around and do this. If the lockdown continues. Woo! Yeah, so have you noticed something? Look, the trailer's gone. The big trailer's gone. Bloody hell, that's going to give me some lovely space now to work and throw all that into there in the footings. So the plan is to tidy most of that stuff. Well, I've got to make a bonfire. So make a bonfire, burn all that, find a windy day, burn all that lot over there, and all I've got is a bit of this left, and that'll all go in the footings. So, I love it when a plan comes together. And you see, you can tell she's a builder's daughter, can't you? Yeah, dirty girl.
Builder's daughter.
Yeah.
As in, you keep going, you don't talk all day.
So, this is Debbie's idea of being a dirty girl. Yeah, getting dirty. What, have you seen the paint? There's more paint on her than there is on the door. On the walls, I should say. So I'm trying to show you sort of one-handed. So the next thing to figure out is to keep this end. We need enough to go in to be able to come back out and go into there. Too short, you don't have enough keep. Too long, you won't be able to weld it in. That seems about the right thing, so I've got to figure out here now what am I going to do here. But you've got the idea now, haven't you? You've got the idea. There's two of them, one at the bottom, one at the top. Then my little greenhouse hungry munchkins, that'll be the door to the greenhouse. And voila, you see, I've put the scaffolding up, tied the straps together so they can't fall off, and then, hold on, let's go around. I've sort of kept tidying the yard, put all the rubbish and the sand in here. Could do with a whacker plate really. I'm going to give this floor a whacker in. And it's all been governed by the length of the sheets. The sheets are there in the corner now. They're all the same length. So I've got a, see, I've got my 4x2s. I'll put the 4x2 on the surface here. That'll then, this sheet will then sit on the 4x2 here, and then that'll go down. Looks like though I'm going to have to remove the 1000-watt spot lamp. Don't have to light up the yard when you're in trouble if you really need light. So that'll have to be changed and moved. But otherwise, it's looking good, hey? I like my scaffolding. Brilliant, brilliant. Right then, we're getting closer. My little greenhouse hungry munchkins. Right then, my little greenhouse following monkeys. I've finally been able to open both of the big gates. That post pulls out, but I've cleaned the floor. So the good news is, I've cleaned the floor, got some space, I'm getting there. The bad news is, not a bleeding pain is the same bleeding size. Oh, I thought to myself, well, I put these here and I put them there and they'll all be matching. I'm sure you window fitting people are laughing your arses off at me because I suppose it's the nature of the game. But none of them match. I can't sort of put any together or one on its side. So I'm guessing I'm going to have to figure out the size, put it on the floor, make it up as a jigsaw on the floor first, and then put it in place. That's if we don't smash the glass or crack it on the way. So I think this is going to be much more of a complicated job than I thought, because not one of them bleeding frames are the same as the next frame, or cut a bit out or add a bit on, or you know. So anyway, we'll see. And probably the pieces of glass we want to put on there on the top maybe are the pieces that go in the other frame. So a whole load of figuring out. But meanwhile, at least I've been able to clear that gate open, and we can get a bit of space, a bit of fresh air into the yard. Yeah, and I've protected that window because we're going to be working in there, aren't we? Yeah. So, I've had enough today. I've absolutely had enough. Worked my knackers off today. Look what I've just found. One of these lovely roots again, up against the wall. But I just wanted to show you, I killed the other one, remember? And put that there. I've just dug this out. I want to dig it out a bit more. I'll pull that out of the ground, and you see how the tree can't get through the wall. So it's going, it's looking, it's searching. It sends its roots out, looking for daylight. And when it finds daylight, it just pops out and grows a tree there. Obviously it takes a long time, but they are, see, that caused you loads of trouble, that will. So anyway, today's job, doing really well on the painting, and then I'm going to clean this corner up. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to deal with this is I'm going to dig that out and burn it and get rid of it like I did the other one, get it well and truly killed, and then put a black plastic up down the outside, and then I'm going to continue what I've done here. Look, put a step, I'm going to continue that step along here just to block that off so it can't grow through the bit of from underneath. That's the plan, but it's a delay, in it. It's going to take me half a day to deal with that. What a bummer. I've had to change my plans a bit because I'm going to have to make a mix to go in here, create a step there and fire up the mixer. I thought, well, I've got to use it anyway. I'm going to extend that floor out, bring this out here, make a nice big step here. What that will enable me to do, because the art's pretty clear, it's coming, but all this rubbish here, all this filthy soil and contaminated sand and rocks and all the rest of it. Alright, you alright, Ted? We'll go in here. So change of plans today. Fine. Early day for Reggie today. Painted the wall this morning. I've put this concrete step in here, dug that out, got rid of that tree, dug that concrete and put the another step. So step runs along like that at the bottom. I put the plastic there so that if this wall belongs to next door, so if next door wanted to move, pull it down or do whatever they wanted to do, it would break away from this. It's not connected, so it keeps that separation if sometime in the future they wanted to do something. I've still got all that to get rid of. That was one mix, and then I put two mixes in here, look. You know, like before I did the kicker, so I've put a little kicker in here now. And it all gets rid of it, it's all going to be used. So I'll break that free, I'll put a big tall scaffolding pole on it, plank on it next, so that'll bring that up to the height, and then I'll be able to put my mix and all that rubbish, stones, bricks and all the big stuff I can fill in here, and we can do the same what we've done over there, buried all the rubbish. So my little greenhouse munchkins. Early day for Reggie, can't do anything else. Yeah, lovely jubbly. Across the top and the lock. But it is a bit of a faff. A bit of a faff screwing that in there. Blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, oh, I've got an anti-loose pin that might go in there. So here we are, I had an anti-loose pin. So, but the trouble is, the anti-loose pin is too big. So what am I going to do? Well, I had a look in the stores, and yeah, I've got an anti-loose pin. Nice small anti-loose pin would go in there, lovely. But too short. That anti-loose pin isn't good. It's convenient, but it's too short. So what am I going to do? Well, what am I going to do is I get a nut that long, and I weld it to the end of my anti-loose pin, and now I've created myself an easier, faster way just to put that in and across now. So it's a little anti-loose pin, easier to put in and out, and it's anti-loose, as the name suggests. It is anti-loose, and now it's just a little pin, so it won't pull through. So a lot easier and no, than the anti-loose. So yeah, you can make anything happen. You can change it, you can do what you want. I had a load of knackered welding, so I was in a troubles, but anyway, I'll give that a bit more weld, turn it as one, grind it down. Now I've elongated my anti-loose pin, every bit as good as the big anti-loose pin. You see? So we can overcome. We can overcome. Right, let's start again. Let's start again. Yes, my little greenhouse following monkeys. We haven't really done much, but all that rubbish that was there was contaminated with soil and dirt and all sorts of rubbish. So hopefully this stuff will make more of a mix because it's more sandy and rocky, that sort of a thing. So all that has now been buried under here. That's what that step was for. So we get rid of that under there. Here's the original idea of the door, doing something here, but because this floor's here, Nick has kindly donated a door for the greenhouse. Yeah, so we're thinking now, if the sheets allow, if we've got enough to cover with the sheets, we'll bring the roof all the way along. We'll put a covering on here, and we'll put that nice posh door in the front here. So you'll go in here, have a bit of a porch. Maybe that might be the door to the greenhouse, or we might even move that and put it completely here. It depends on how far we can make them streets stretch. But yeah, we've had a lovely weekend off. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good, and it's coming on well. My little greenhouse following monkeys. So, after spending weeks and weeks of being in my own way, I finally got to the edge where I want to be. And all the crud I wanted to get rid of is now in the floor, buried in the floor under that. So a bit of wacky dacky doo-dah, a bit of whackering on that. I'm thinking actually of putting slabs, rather than going to the aggravation of making a mix and all that hard work. There are always slabs comes up available. Do you want some slabs? I'm thinking now of just slabbing it. Because it's only a greenhouse floor, isn't it? I have thought about putting a little brick wall in front of that now to make it look nice. Nice little brick wall would look nice in front of that, wouldn't it? Hide all that. But you see how high I had to do it and get rid of it. So I haven't paid for a skip. And I haven't been going backwards and forwards wrecking my car, taking the stuff to the tip. So if you put your mind to it, and you know what you want to do, you just build a big footings and hide it underneath. So bonfire day today. I'm going to pull that this way, and all that rubbish, going to make myself a nice little fire. Let the wind pick up. So that'll be that crud out the way, and then we've got room to move, space to move about. So yes, a bit of patience, a lot of hard work, a lot of shoveling. Lots and lots of manual laboury shoveling, but we're on lockdown, so it ain't cost me nothing. So far so good. So far so good. Here's a quick message to all you eco-mentalists out there. Fire, fire, fire. Burn it, burn it. It's my ground, it's my rubbish. If I want to burn it, I can burn it. Yeah. And you eco-mentalists out there will burn you on the fire as well. You see all this rubbish here and all that rubbish there. I'm going to use this. I'm going to create a square here, because you don't know what I'm going to put in here, vehicles or whatever. I might get two in, I'll need space back here. So I'm going to put a false edge all the way up against that wall. And then throw this all in the mixer, mix it all up, use the bad stuff first and put the good stuff on top of it, and I'll make it disappear on a big square there. So tomorrow's job is to clear all that again out of my way, and make a nice big square block of concrete with all this crud, and then that's it, floor clear then. We'll start with a clean sheet, but yeah, it's looking good now. It's much clearer. Imagine them windows gone because they're in the greenhouse. We'll have a nice clear space then. So tomorrow's job already planned. Right then, my little bunch of unholy sinners of a greenhouse builders. Do you see all this rubbish? That's stuff out the fire bin. That is, and bits of rock and bricks and all that. All this has got to come up off the floor. This is just concrete mix. That's not too bad. This is infested sand, and that's just bricks and blocks. So even this, see, all this stuff has come from the bottom of the fire bin. So today I will be making the devil's brew as regards to the you concrete mixers out there. I'm just going to throw everything in. I've got plenty of cement. I've got 3 bags of cement, so there's going to be generous cement. There's going to be sand, rocks, sand and gravel. Throw that rubbish in, and it's going to be mixed for 2 or 3 or 4 times longer until it all looks the same sort of colour, until it's all mixed as one big dollop. And then I'm going to throw the dollop in here, and so that it doesn't look ugly on the front, because I'm convinced I'm going to put a little brick wall. You see, I'm going to buy a whole load of new bricks and put a nice pretty brick wall in the front of there. So that's I think that's going to be the idea. I'll do the same here, but so the rubbish don't see, I've got some half broken blocks in there. So that's going to be the face of it. This one here is slightly big at the moment because I'm going to put 2 water butts. When the greenhouse is up, this will be the place for 2 water butts. I've still got plenty of room to put vehicles in and whatever, and let's see how that lasts and how long it stretches. And we'll put just a false step in here. And obviously I'll put plastic up here, so if at any time in the future that needs to come from there, it'll just separate, no problem. I was thinking of sort of making some sort of a seat in front of the greenhouse, but I was going to sort of shape a seat or something. You could make, alright, I'm going to make a floor here, a step, but you could make whatever you wanted. If you wanted to make a sort of a chair, or if you wanted to make a round corner, you could make a round corner with all the rubbish. Rather than buying a skip, rather than putting it in a bag and take it to the tip, let's all throw it in the mixer, because that's what that is, a mixer. So we're going to all mix it together and throw it in there. Let's see what happens. So here we are on our second mix. The first one was a bit sticky, it was sort of globuly. It was very wet, but it was still sticking together, so I've had to put a few bricks in it to sort of break it up. But that's quite smooth. Plenty of water. It seems to be drinking twice as much water as usual. I put 2 mixes, 1 bag of cement, so that was 1 or 2 of cement. I've still got this left, but all that crud is slowly disappearing. 1 of this, 1 of that, some of this, some of that. Mixing it all in. Looking okay. Looking just fine. And I'll put my first lot in. And if I get a big bit, all I do is throw it down in front of it. So I'll bring the next one up above and then work my way backwards until I run out. And here's my, I put the big bit of plastic to protect the wall, look. So yeah, I'm really pleased. I thought it was going to look a lot uglier, but so far so good. So I can hear you saying, well, what about the metal and the rubbish that was in the bonfire, at the bottom of the bonfire? What are you going to do with that, Reggie? Well, if you don't throw in, you don't get in the mix. And as I come along, I just throw it in the bottom, put a thin layer in the bottom, put all that lot on top. Looking good, looking really good. Look at this. Fairly decent stuff left. Enough to make a half decent mix. All that fire stuff. I've got to scrape the floor yet, break all that up. There's a thin layer of stuff. But yeah, tidied that floor. Mix is done. And here we are, the gunge. All the gunge has disappeared. It cost me 3 bags of cement at about £4 a piece. And a bit of electric and a mixer. And look at that. Look at that, disappeared. All that gone. Yeah, good enough to put something on, or I'm guessing 1 or 2 water butts and whatever else. And if it does all go tits up, and it has to go, say if we come back to putting a van in here, a 4-metre Sprinter, and that's in the way, then it's just break it up, isn't it? Just break it up, because it won't be made of best quality, so it should be fairly easy to break up. So there we are, a Reggie hint on saving money and how to get rid of all the rubbish and all the bonfire stuff, all the stuff that was in the fire bin. The old fire bin's seen better days. We've got a few more fires left in it though. Yeah, that's it for today. So here we are, my little munchkins. We're going to have a little bit of fast forwarding. That's times 16, so let's give it a bit of a turbo boost. That's times 32. So, oh yeah, there's the first mix gone in, yeah. Okay, and now we're going to throw another load in. Oh, and I'll level that up a bit. It's now I know what happened here. I went for lunch. I only did 2 loads, or was it 1 load? Then I went for lunch. So it's going to be quick. Yeah, I'm back now. Where are we on? Let's bring it down. This is times 64. Where are we? That's it. Times 64. Here we go. We're throwing it in and we're mixing it up and we're putting some cement in it. We're putting some black stuff. We're making a bit more. We're putting a mix. You see it coming along the wall there? Yeah. We're throwing it in. Both piles are going down slowly. A bit more of a mix. La la la. Throw a bit more stuff in. Make another bit more of a mix. It's coming on nicely. It's coming on nicely. Oh, we've just missed. Hold on, we need to go back a bit. We had a visitor. Look, we got a visitor. Let's stop that. Let's go down to here. Oh. We should have done that. Let's go in reverse. Go back a bit. Making a pig's ear of that. Okay, I'll come back to that. Let's just carry on. Where were we? 32. Right, come on. Right, let's continue. Carry on. Whoops. Make the mix. Come on, keep mixing it. Keep throwing it in. Bit of water. Bit of crud, a bit of water, loads more water. It looks like this is the last one. I'm doing a lot of scraping on the floor. Getting it all together, yeah.
putting it in, making a mix. Yep, all's good. All is good. Worked non-stop today virtually. What are we doing? Yeah, we're nearly there. Yeah. Oh, there's a glass of orange arrived. Yep. Carry on. Keep doing a bit. I'm making a stop end there, I think. Yeah, that's why I'm messing so much there. Make it all level. And then give that a wash. Give the mixer a wash. Make sure everything's nice and clean and tidy. And then scrape it all together and yep, put the cable away. Yep, and clean the floor, put everything ready, nice and clean and tidy. So yeah, that was today in Fast Forward.
Right then, my little munchkins, did you ever think the yard would ever get this clear? See how crooked this floor is? So when it rains, that's a puddle, so I will eventually put a layer of gravel on here so it takes up the water and finds its own level. Anyway, that was the extra bit we did the other day. Look at this, brand new sand. Ooh, brand new blocks. We think tomorrow, we're going to start on the wall tomorrow. So stay tuned, stay tuned. So today, we've been working on what hopefully will be the machine shop one day. But anyway, I don't know if you noticed this table, although it was quite narrow, it still wouldn't fit on this little ledge that was here. So today I've just been widening the edge so that the bench can go on here, and also leaving enough room for the moment to get the Passat in. But this is going to be the next problem. Oh, this is meant to be a machine shop, but the machine is in the corner at the minute. But you know, we will get there. We are working on it, and we will get there. So that's today's little job. And you see, it's in line with the door. See that? So if you do that, it's in line with the door. So the car will be able to come in and go alongside it. Hopefully the whole floor would be that height, but can you imagine how much work that is and how deep this corner is here? The whole place is crooked. There's not a level surface here. Anyway, my little munchkins, that's it for today. Well, my little munchkins, let's have a bit of a fast forward film. Times 2 times 4 times 8 times 16 times 32 times 64. Here we are. This is where the action begins. We're running at times 64. Oh yeah, putting the wall plate up first. Yeah, right, okay. There's the test sheet. That's where it's got to go. Okay. So that's where the sheet fits. So the wall plate, okay. So let's get the windows, let's put them on the floor, see what they measure up like. As we suspected, those two windows will fit on top of each other. But you don't actually know until you're actually there and you offer it up to them. That's when you know for sure. So now we know, right? We've got a beginning, those two windows fit on top and it puts enough slope in the roof to make them fit. So now everything else has got to match that. We're just counting the sheets.
to see if they're all fitted. We sort of put them on the floor. Have we got enough sheets? Yes, we've got plenty enough sheets. So that's we're fixing that into place, and I'm working along the top on the roof, you see. Stephen's making sure everything's straight and level and doing everything, fixing to the floor, doing all the rest of it. So we've had a measure up. Let's see what will go here. So Stephen is doing all the brickwork. Yep. So I think we've got the window. No, there's the roof there. I think we do pull the window out in a minute. But Stephen's already measured. Stephen's already got a plan. Stephen says we'll pull the wall here and that window will fit on top. Yeah, he'd already put a mark in. Yeah, I've thrown some more sheets on the roof. Ah, here we are, we got the window. Let's prepare the window and put that window in now. Yep, and there I am, I'm up on the roof. Fixing the roof. Now, there was a few gaps in between because the bleeding battery, I think we had to charge it 2 or 3 times in the day. Good DeWalt battery. Was doing great, but I've only got one. The other one's died. So here I come along now. I'll fix the roof. Stephen will do the brickwork and do whatever he's got to do to finish that as an end. I think at this point we've already decided where we're going to put the door. So there goes in the other piece. Looking great. Meanwhile, Debbie goes, gets a cup of tea, keeps us all going in tea. We've now got the door frame, so now we're going to fix the door frame. Lovely jubbly door frame in place. That allows me to, we put a steady up to keep it square. So now we can take that square off, finish the roof, make sure the roof is secure. So now we can take off the steady. There we are. Move that along, steady up that corner now. Yeah, so I can continue with the roof. And Stephen tidying up the brickwork, doing all that sort of thing, and Debbie doing everything else, keeping everything on top, fetching and carrying, helping me come up and down from the roof. We're doing pretty good. And then the last bit, I should be on the roof here somewhere. Throw a few more sheets up on the roof, ready to go on. Oh, that's why we're waiting for the battery to charge up on the cordless, because I've got a Bosch one, but I've killed the Bosch one, the electric one, so we've only got the cordless to work with, so we're waiting for that to charge up. Oh, yeah, the battery in the cordless has charged up enough for us to carry on. So we're just at it, putting the last sheets on, ready for the corner. So that was the building of the greenhouse in fast forward. Stephen, Debbie and myself. Teamwork, teamwork. My little greenhouse munchkins. You see how I missed the door? I've got to lift that out. I've got to take all that sand and stuff from there, put another, continue the floor along there, and then make this here so that I can we can do the wall, the black end wall, put another window. Anyway, this is how we're getting. Look at this. It's looking great and clear now. Now it's perfectly okay the way it is. There's not a problem with it the way it is. But it's not Reggie made just yet. It's not Reggie, it's not up to Reggie's standard just yet, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to do more to it. And I'll explain to you in the form of this. Do you know, here we are, here's the other garage. The worry was, on a windy day, that you open that up and the wind comes in, it could blow the roof off, couldn't it?
Well, let me tell you, it won't blow the roof off because I put a leg in, I bolt the leg through the wall, I go to the top and I brace it with everything that I've got, so this won't lift. I even brace the, I must have run out of screws, but you see how I always bracket it. I put a Tek screws and a bracket, both sides. Can you see? 2 woods, 2 Tek screws. Tek screws and a bracket. That's what I do. I strengthen everything. And that's not, it could be a leg, but also it's bolted. Where are we? Let's have a look. It's bolted through the wall. And that holds it. So the wind can't come underneath this roof and lift it. Same again here, look. A bracket and Tek screw and 100% secure everything. Because my concern is, you know, it's a really winter's day and you want to get in your garage and you need to open the door. The volume of wind that could come up and give that roof one hell of a rattling. In the perfect storm, as you might say. So that's the next thing to do now, is obviously do all that and Reggie secure, make it tank built like a tank. Even these, I'll be putting a 4x2 across there. It's a joint, it's perfectly good, but it's fixed that way. Well, I'll be putting a 4x2 and bolting it in place. So yeah, so that's the plan. Same here, that's perfectly okay. Can you see how it's screwed up into the wall? But I'll be drilling a hole, put some oil thread and just gently pinching that up, because so it fits nicely. So that's the Reggie plan. That's how we will make it Reggie and windproof. And obviously we'll be coming through this door. This is the door in. We've just had a delivery of blocks and bricks. So next weekend will be the finish of it. So nice, big and clear now. It's about 6 foot by about 22 foot, something like that. So it's 22 foot long by 6 foot wide. Right then, greenhouse update, yeah. The bottom footings is Reggie straight and the wall is Stephen's actually straight. Now, we didn't know we were going to use that door. We didn't have that door at that time. We thought we were going to sort of stop over there and come across over here. But because we were kindly donated that door by Nick, the door's going here now. But my foot wall didn't continue in the right place, did it? See? So I missed the damn door. So I've got to support that door, dig all that out, replace the bottom here. That wall will stay there, but I'll just jam it underneath. And so I've got to put a footing across there, and then also the new wall is coming along there. So I'm putting that a nice wide footing across there so we can turn and come this way. And I've got a post. See that? There's 2x2 post with a bit of a foot on it. That will be planted in the floor and the concrete up against this edge to so we can turn it. Yeah. So at the moment I'm supporting that door with that and the bit of the floor that is touching. Yeah. So interesting. So that's today's job anyway. Well, I'm going to give you a Reggie tip. Yes, a Reggie tip is don't do the best job you can do in case some twat has to come along and dig it all up. And the worst of it all is you might be the silly twat that has to come and dig it all up again. Oh dear, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Here we are, look. It's not too much of a miss. We'll be all right. We'll get around that. It's off the end here, nearly. But it's quite solid over there. So, and nothing we can't deal with, but I'm knackered now and I've got to put it in yet, make the mix and put it in yet. Well, then, my little munchkins, that's that job done. I decided to make that more of a step. So the mix is now underneath, giving it pressure, holding that in place. So that ain't going to move. I've got the snivels today, so I know the brickwork's going to come this way. We've put the steel post in, we've cut it to length, we've temporarily screwed it in to there. So once we've stripped that off and that's solid, because that is in the floor, in the concrete mix, in the floor down there, yeah. So that's holding that still, and then the brickworks will come this way. So I'm going to catch the brickwork as it comes. And that'll be the top end. Brickwork in a way, frame, and that'll close that end up, yes. So there we are, my little munchkins. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. So here's the price to pay for a bit of laziness, untidiness on my part. I put the shuttering board on, but I trapped it, look. It was too tight. It went in here. It was too tight to pull up. Something had to go, and it took out this corner, look. Lifted that corner. What you want to do is take away your shuttering, make it in such a way where it can just pull away, and then it'll leave the concrete. You leave the concrete set and go hard. But you've got to pull it when it's green, because if this was set solid, you wouldn't have got that wood out of there. So, lesson learned. Just took that corner away. As it happens, it don't matter, because the floor is going to continue along here. It'll all get buried in. But it's my first shuttering failure. I should have cut that wood off with a saw. I was just using the wood I got, put it there. I shouldn't have let it come this far over. Because I trapped it. It's gripped. Pulled that off. Whilst it's still green, see, it's nowhere near hard enough yet. A couple of days, that'll be rock hard. So, yeah, I've just been lazy on my shuttering. Right, my little munchkins, this is the right way to do it. It's when you're just putting two boards on top of each other. Here's the top board, that was fine. You see the bottom step, because it came out, it released easily. It just came away. Right, put this all back there. But this one, I had trouble with the top board, but now this bottom board is now trapped in there. Now trapped in there. Now the problem is because that goes all the way under there, and that bloody thing is well stuck in there. That's a pain in the bum to get out. So I'm going to have to pay the price. I can ease that one out, but this corner, I've got to cut this corner out now. I've got to chop it up, take that wood from there, make a new corner, and redo this bit here, because I don't really want to be trying to molest that piece of wood out and damage this nice front piece step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this bit, chop this out, ease the wood out, and then redo it. Damn, my own stupid fault. I've trapped a piece of wood under there. I should have just let it come out and under. Damn. So then, do you see, that was in the right place there, it ended up in the wrong place here. And what it did, it went underneath. So the only way to get that out is to pull up. And by pulling up on that, do it damage. So I saw my problem, I saw my mistake, so I fixed the mistake. I just got to dig this out. And it's okay when it's green like this now. Green and soft, so just make a hole. So I'll shutter up that corner again, Put me another whole heap of concrete in there. Job fixed. Job fixed. Lovely jubbly. But make sure you don't go underneath what you're putting on top, because you've got to get that bleeding bit of wood out. You could leave it there, but you'd know and I know there would be a bit of wood there rotting away. So then, we've patched that piece down there. We've put a wood across the top, so hopefully that wood won't stick to it, but that's there. So we've patched that corner piece and we've made a new base for this now. Look, can you see these two windows? I cut the edge off the two windows. So now we can go by like that now, look. And then in the frame, so we've got steel this side, so we're out to this corner now. So we can go from here that way. A bit at a time, that's what you need to do, a bit at a time, and find out what fits. So they're not fixed in at the minute, they're just clamped, just so I know where I'm going. So I'm quite pleased with that. I don't do brickwork. I do plenty shuttering and concrete, but I don't do brickwork. Have you noticed? Just a short one today. The wood's gone. The corner is repaired. This, we've got the freedom to come whichever way we want here. The corner's done. Steel post on the frame. Those two windows over there on top of each other, they're going to end up down in there. We're going to have to hide that. We'll have to do something with that. Plaster over it, do something like that. But there's yesterday's. So today, all we're going to do today is clear that so we can whacker it. So that can be whackered all in place, ready for the floor, and concentrate, because it's a really sunny day. I don't want to be doing anything too warm and sweaty, so concentrate on the NHS sign. Fit the new noise on the NHS trolley and build my new NHS sign. Are you ready? Are you ready for Thursday? Are you ready? I don't know what to expect. How much will it go down? Do I need to add material? Do I need to take material away? I just don't know. I haven't got a clue how it's going to behave. But anyway, we'll soon find out. So everything's nice and clear and ready. Whackery dackery doodah day today. What a difference. Fantastic. Thank you very much, John, for coming along and whack-a-duck-a-doo-a-ring. It was quite high, wasn't it? And it's all gone in. I knew there was lots of little spaces and stuff, so we've whacked it. It made quite a lot of dust. It's all been whacked in now. And yeah, so now we know where to begin from. Because the thing is, you put concrete on it, it would have settled and it would have cracked the concrete. But now, that's whacked in. Up and down, up and down. So we're ready now to put a floor on that. It's ready to put a floor on. Lovely. Whack-a-ducky-doo day. Morning, Baz. Morning. I was drilling a hole. There, Baz. It looked a perfectly innocent hole. Just to go and put a leg onto the roof, because I'm putting a leg on these roofs, right? But what was this side? Do you remember the alarm box? The alarm red light thing. I've managed to drill right through the side of it. And I've killed it. I thought just connect the batteries up, but it was this, that little thing, part of its brain. It's gone through there, and it's come in here, and it's drilled through its brain, so it's killed this box. So Baz, when you're next in the alarm shop, will you get or order or do whatever you've got to do? We need a brain box, you know, a red light thing for the alarm. Shh, don't tell Debbie. Shh, just give her the bill. Give Debbie the bill, but don't tell her why. See you later, Baz. Job is strengthen the roof. So you see, I'm not worried about the sheets particularly, but I'm worried about the sheets ripping the wood off the blocks. So That goes across the top, and then it just comes down brackets to this piece of wood with Tech screws on that, and then come down, drill a hole in the wall, wham bam. So this is connected to that, which is connected to that, which is holding the roof on, because today it's Friday, there's a hell of a gust of wind coming. So anyway, here on this particular one, I've got two holes here anyway that was coming through the brickworks. I've got one there and I've got another one there. So all I did was build a hole in that bracket, but I wanted to put two on. So I'm not only holding it down, I've put a longer screw in there to reach there. I'm also holding it up, so if, say for instance, in some time in the past someone was to fall or to step on it by mistake, the sheets will hold, and now this will hold, that'll hold her, because it's all connected here through the bolts. I'll just show you the other end of those bolts. So I'm going to do the same there, put a bracket. Because it's yours, you don't have to look pretty. See, I've connected that to the top and bolted it through the wall. As you'll see in the other video, I bolted through the alarm. But you see there's an existing bolt there. There's those two bolts I'm working with on the other side, them two bolts for holding that wood that was holding this bit that was connected to that bit. So all I've done is used what's here, connected to, as long as you've got a firm connection, you don't have to look pretty, it just has to do the job. So, okay, it might not look pretty, but it's well connected now. So that's what I'm doing today. Strengthening everything, ready for a big gust of wind to come, try and lift the roof. So there's the one holding it down, and there's the one holding it up. I folded across the end to reach in. Then all you do is bolt that to that one and that one to this one, and work your way down until you reach the frame of the door. Now, the frame of the door opens and shuts, no problem. So we're now connected to a solid frame of the door. So this is connected to the building's connected to that, that's connected to this by a couple of bolts, which is then connected to this, and which is connected to that, which then, when the wind tries to rattle the roof, it's solid, it ain't gonna start rattling, becoming loose, because a thing only rips off because it starts moving. Well, that ain't gonna start moving. Well connected. So, you don't look pretty. He's doing the damn job. And who's going to look inside a greenhouse? Yeah, so I'm all right. We've had a few gusts. This one, end of the bleeding wood came there, sod's law, didn't it? But anyway, she's connected there, and now she's connected across and braced across between these two, because them's the two holes that I had to work with. So that did that. I came along here. That's connected to this one, which is connected to that one, so that's fine, and then we'll continue along here. So yeah, what matters is it's connected, and the wind ain't going to blow it. It don't really matter what it looks like, as long as you're happy with it. Here we are, look. This is called Reggie's Belt and Braces Roof Connections. Been ever so windy today. It's been trying to move the roof, but Reggie's on the job. It's stopping here. This is what it's going to look like. Yeah, the greenhouse. Yeah, the benches, them doors. Them sheets of ply. They're sort of 5 or 7 ply wood, that. And then we're going to sheet it with the ply on the top. And these are the doors that are going to make the frame for underneath. Obviously, we'll shorten them when the concrete floor is going in. So it's only the floors to put the glass in, and we're pretty much there. So it's going to look like that. And then those other two doors will be cut down and go across here. And we'll put the window in here there and finish that stop end, and we'll put two like shelves up there. Looking good. Every day is a little bit closer. And that's all that matters. Every day is a little bit closer. Well then, my little munchkins, my little greenhouse munchkins, look. done. The end is done. A little bit of an extension. Nick, your door's here. Here we go again, Stephen. Yet Stephen gets us out of trouble again. A bit of a scrubbing and a cleaning. Debbie, say thank you for your greenhouse.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, and Reggie's idea. Reggie's, I knew it was going to work. I knew it. When we strip the house and keep them windows, we'll make a greenhouse. Look at that. We've been quite fortunate because things have just gone our way. And we've had a donation. Nick donated the door. I did the footings, yeah. Well, without a bottom, there's no top. So I did the bottom. Shut this now. It's a proper room. It's a proper room. Just got to do the floor and the bench and whatever else she wants putting here. Room with a view. Look at this. Absolutely spot on. You can do what you want. Just set your mind to it and you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah. Just finish the floor off and that's it. Hello, Hotel Costa del Rochelle. We're shut. We're not taking any customers at the moment. We're on Corona lockdown.
We've both got red t-shirts on, but the question is, how long does it take to keep your eye on Stephen, how long does it take to put all that glass in that greenhouse? Stephen, watch Stephen, I'm fetching the panels, trying them different sizes. Let's speed him up a bit. There we are, look. Stephen is in the red, putting all the panels. I'm bringing them backwards or forwards, trying to see if they'll fit, trying to find all the glass panels. But Stephen is tapping them all in, doing all the, he's in this right hand corner at the minute. Here he is, look, working his way around as I find the panels. He finds Debbie is finding the trim pieces that came off. I'm finding the bits of glass and Stephen is fitting them. Yeah, going around, tappy tap 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 tap. I think I'm waiting in the last window to get the last window done in. Yep. And then Stephen and Debbie does the trim. So, the question is, how long did it take to pull all them glass panels back in and find all the right size trims to fit that came out? Well, not so very long at all, according to this.
Well then, my little munchkins. Debbie's cleaning all the glass and the frames, making it look nice, and I'm just doing the finishing touches. Initially, we screwed them in the face by them, and these were up against there, and it didn't really look nice. I've left that one in because it's hit the metal, so it's okay. So we don't want them there now. So Bracket Boy has been in action. Yeah. So we started in the bottom. That's connected. That's connected to that, which is connected to that. Each one has been shoved beyond the steel, so it's on the steel in there. Bring it in here. Connect that one. That's one bracket. Put these two together. Connect them two brackets. Just use the same holes. So Bracket Boy, same again up here. Look. That bracket is the other side there, connected to the frame, which is connected to the roof, the wood, and then the wood's connected to the roof, which is then connected to this. This is then connected to the other bit of wood. This comes down and then it's connected to the steel. So those windows are pulled inwards now and they're not going to come out. So Reggie's bracket boy has been at it again. Yeah. So that one's holding there. Up there, look, bit of black paint. You won't know the difference. How you doing, Deb? Are they coming cleaner?
It's a bit hot work.
A bit warm, yeah. Getting the filth and the grime off it. So at least we start with it nice and clean. Yeah, it might get a bit green indoors, but yeah, just the finishing touches, bits and pieces. Do you know what I mean? This is what takes all the time. It's a hot day today. Oh, well, I made a very, very sloppy mix. And you know they're hollow blocks. Made a sloppy mix and it's all inside there. So that's done. Had a little bit spare. So I made a homemade shuttering. And that'll just finish that edge off nicely. Whether we plaster it or paint over it or whatever, it just gets rid of that gap. Once all that abortion has come from there. We did the same here. There was a big gap, or quite a gap. So put that there. Put the sill there. I'll patch up all underneath there, and that'll be fine. Anyway, the biggest problem was this floor. What were we going to do with the floor? We were going to keep the slope in here. What were we going to do? But we wanted one surface. We didn't want an edge across there and an edge across there. So what we're going to do? Well, and part of the problem was this bloody door. This door was opening, and what we were going to do with the door? We like the door, we're going to keep the door. Except the door was down there. So what I did, I just braced it. I got a really good hardwood plank of wood, top and bottom. One bolt wouldn't have done the trick. You had to put 4 into it to secure it. So I braced the door. I'm going to snap the end of them off. Brace the door, cut that strip off it. Now the door isn't in the way of the floor. The floor can go wherever the hell we want it. The door won't never going to be a problem. The door's always going to miss it. Because we put a nice big gap underneath it. Well, my wenchkins, that's the solution to that. If the door's causing you a problem, then cut a bit off. So now we can have one floor surface come all the way through now. Clear all this out of the way. One floor surface will be job done. All this will be look as one. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. When it gets a bit cooler. Nice day, and I only did this morning. I thought I'd break it loose just to, there was a big dark gap there. Actually, not bad at all. Let's fill that gap, lovely. Bit of a bottom, not so good. But we'll sort that. We'll probably make another square corner there to tidy all that up and probably bring it up some. So, so success there. However, this one, bit of a pig's ear. I broke it early again. I should have left it till tomorrow, but it was all overflowing, and so we cleaned the glass. I had to push that all back in. And look, a hole. I didn't make it sloppy enough to go all the way down. So anyway, but at least there's some in there now. It's a beginning, whereas before it was one big gap, and you can't really patch that. But now it's less of a gap. So I'll be able to just patch in there nicely. Yeah, and patch in under there as well. So tomorrow, bit of a patching job tomorrow. I'll be fine. Bit of sand and cement. It'll be fine. Well then, my little munchkins, can you spot the difference? Huh? Can you spot the difference from this morning? Here we are, look. I'm going to give you a hint. Yellow. Lovely, painted. Here we are, look. So the secret of building something like this, you know, when the neighbours first saw me in the back garden here, they thought, what the hell is he doing now? What's that idiot doing in his garden now? And it turns from that, and then they see the building come up and they say, what a bloody monstrosity. What the hell is he doing that? What is that bloody monstrosity out there? But then they see that you do your very best and you clean the place up and you give it a lick of paint and you make it look lovely. So obviously we've got neighbours and they look in the garden and you do the best job you can, make it look clean and tidy. And the neighbours say, oh, that's not a bad little job, Reggie, that's looking fantastic. So that is the secret of getting something done, getting it finished, make it look pretty, and the neighbours not giving you any grief about it at all. Yeah. So here we are, done and dusted. Fantastic. I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased this turned out like this. Little greenhouse munchkins. Another Saturday. Another visit from Stephen. Poor bastard on a mixer. That's all I can say. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, the floor. The floor is in. Nice and level. Nice and smooth to be when Debbie does the brushing and all that. A nice, fantastic. It's looking absolutely fantastic. My little greenhouse munchkins. I think this is going to be the last one. This is it. This is it. The floor done. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. Where are you, Debbie? Right then, my little munchkins, here's a quick one. Here's a little quick time one. Right, shoveling it in, making a mix, shoveling it in. Oh, where have I gone? Where have I gone? You know, oh no, we wanted air in the tyre of the barrow. Here we are, look. This is just a little reminder to the women out there. This is what hard work looks like. What have we done there? There's a... get the mixer, show it in. Right, Reggie, make a mix. Yeah. Reggie, make a mix. Debbie's keeping me going in water and cement. Stephen's indoors. You can't see Stephen. Stephen is doing all the levelling. And taking the barrow in and then giving me the stuff back. So here we are. Another mix, look. So we speed it up some. Hold on. We're on times 16. Let's go on a bit. Let's go to times 32. Here we are. Can you see the pile going down? Here we are. Come on, Reggie, make another mix on a drink of orange time, I think. Yeah. We're back at it. We're back at it. Here we go. Reggie making the mix. Me and Stephen, we're both in red t-shirts again this weekend. It's odd, isn't it? We must have had red t-shirts from somewhere. So do you see the pile going down? I'm making the mix, I'm making the mix. Back-breaking work. I mixed all the mix in the mixer and Stephen laid it all and Debbie kept us going with liquid and drink and kept the water going and the cement going. Nick's come. Oh no, Debbie had to go off to get some cement. We ran out of cement. In a minute you'll see Debbie turn up in a minute maybe. And Debbie comes back. Is that the last mix we've got?
We're waiting for Debbie to come back. All of a sudden, Debbie will return with the car and we'll carry on mixing. Yeah. So, we're near the end. We're sort of 3/4. We were about a bag short. We sent Debbie off for 3 bags, but we were about a bag short. We would have been about a bag short. Wait, here comes Debbie. Look, here Debbie. Debbie's brought the cement. Yeah, Reggie gets back to the grindstone, makes another mix. Makes another 2 mixes. Yeah, there we are, look. So that was today in Fast Forward. I'm absolutely, completely knackered now. Absolutely, completely knackered. Right then, my little munchkins. This is the, I think the last one of the greenhouse. See, look, that's where the water butt's going to go. There's a step I put all that rubbish from the fire in. And here comes the footings, look. We did the big footings. We did the floor, look, the floor's done. The bench is done. It's only a door. It's only a cream door that's over there. And then, Lance, thank you for the doors. Mick, thank you for the plywood surface. Yep. Then we've got a S Walker's 5-gallon drum. And some corners and so there, look, we've put the double glazing up against the double piece of wood up against the so it doesn't kill the glass. Put a bit of breathing. So, and they're off to get it. And there's my Reggie fixings, my Reggie security. And there's that hole in there. Here's this one secured. This is this bracket finished and secured on the end. Yeah. So we lost this door in the end. We decided we weren't going to come across here, so we use the whole thing. There's the window for the end and the big, and we're done. Yeah. So here we are, ready for actually some growing. They've just gone off now. Debbie and Stephen. Debbie and her brother has gone off now to the garden centre to go and get whatever they need. And this is me done with it. Because I'm a nuts and bolts. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do. See that scaffolding tube over there? We're going to have a scaffold across the bottom. This is going to come up, and then we're going to have a scaffolding tube run across the back, so that Debbie can just clip things on. And when she's growing, there'll be like a scaffolding frame here, virtually up against the wall. First of all, to make use of them, get them out of the way, and second of all, she'll have something to grow to and all that. So that's all we have to put in next, is the frame, so she can hang things on and grow things, and of course give it a lick of white paint. So this is the end. This is the end of my doing. Look, we filled in the bricks. Look, the brick wall. This is the end of my doing now. This is all up to Debbie and Stephen now. I'll hand it over. So here is the Reggie frame. We're going to box that in and turn that into another growing box. And then whatever grows, we'll have them up and winding around the scaffolding tubes. And the scaffold will come along. That was a bent scaffolding tube, so that's why it's gone up there a bit crooked. That just helps support it. I just shove that up there, just helps support it. And it comes along the top here, and that's how I stretched it all that length along. Over to this corner, you see, it's connected there. And to stop it from falling away from the wall, I put a nice long foot on it and I've braced it. So that's not going to fall away from the wall. No, nice and solid. And again there, we'll probably make a box to go in here, or we'll make a shelving or whatever. We'll fit around that and maybe put a plant
and use the light out of that window, and it will grow up. So we'll have something growing in that corner, the plan is, and we'll have something growing in this corner, and then tubes along there. Debbie can tie something and maybe have flower baskets or something or whatever, or however it works. So yes, it's coming, it's coming. Munchkins, calm down, calm down, calm down. This is not a greenhouse video. I've done my sort of last one of them. Anyway, look, do you remember I did the floor and I brought it out and I was able to put the bench on it? Then I ran out of stuff. Well, I didn't really want to do it today, but part of my new regime is no leaving bags of cement lying around that goes hard, and then you've got to bury them under the greenhouse footings. So I don't want to bury them under the greenhouse footings anymore, so I'm going to use them up. So anyway, I've continued. Remember that step I made? I continued that step along here, look. I stop-ended it there, jammed it with the door, so that'll be this edge, sort of working. And then the next thing I'll be doing is putting the very same type of edge along here, so that I can bring that floor along here, but I've got to do an edge that we can walk along, clear all this edge out the way, and then do that there, and then we'll know where level is along the middle. So yes, to your and my relief, this is a workshop video with the lathe, not a greenhouse video. Little greenhouse munchkins, yes, you've caught me out. It's another greenhouse video, but this is what I've been doing today, just using every bit of scaffolding tube I had. The plan is to build now a brick wall along here and along there, 3 foot high, so that we can grow a vine. What should you say? Grapevine. Yeah. So I only put them there because I was using all the clips and using all the pipes out the way. So I had all this scaffolding pipe knocking around in the yard. So I've put it across there, braced it. Yeah, so she can hang something to the roof. She can hang something to the roof all along here. I put them there simply because I had them and it used up a bit of tube and it used up a bracket. I came along here. I did want to come across there, but you won't believe it, I ran out. Ran out of the right length of stuff. Anyway, so I've put a bit of a leg there. I've done this corner here. I'm not sure what we're going to do with the corner here, but I brought it along here, so there's something to hang off or put here in this corner, and that goes down to the floor, and then just come across the doorway and went to there. So yeah, see, I've used every little joint connector I've got, made all the bits, I've made them fit, you know. So I've pretty much used every bit of tube I had and every joint that I had. So first of all, just got them out of the way, and they're going to use, and we're using them in the greenhouse. So by the way, in case you needed to know, look, oh, there's a bit of greenery growing. There's a bit of greenery growing. Oh, and we've had some straw on the strawberries. So yeah, so this should be my last greenhouse video, but we'll see. I might come up with another idea. The puke, look, Debbie's already beat me to it. She's opened the windows and tied back the door. Let's have a look. It's still quite hot. What's the mercury say? Let's have a look what the mercury said. The mercury said in that corner it is, oh yeah, 36 or so. But I said to Debbie, oh, it's quite warm in here too. I said to Debbie, just open the doors, because she said it's dangerous. You can kill stuff if it gets too hot in here. I suppose it's like an oven, isn't it? So open the both doors. That's growing. Ooh, look at them. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, oh, they're coming on really quite well. To think that when we put them in there, they were a really, really tiny seed. It's amazing how something small begins to grow. But anyway, so far, that's all we've done. Because apparently this lot will now get transferred over into there. And we're going to make a brick wall along there and for a vine or something to come up across. We've got the bricks ready. Of course, last weekend we were distracted, so maybe this weekend we'll get on with it, and there's the rest of the bricks to do that. I'm going to put a nice brick wall in front of there. Look, it'd make it look all nice. That's the plan anyway. And the puke is still here. You're going to use it tomorrow, so I've got to swap things around a bit. So here we have today's upgrade to the greenhouse. Water, catch the water, put the guttering up and the downpipe into the water butt, and then the overflow into the other water butt, and then we've got a hose pipe. We've got that one so we can just fill our watering can, and we've put a bit of an hose pipe that runs through and into the frame into the greenhouse. Obviously we'll lower that down when we want to use it, but we're not really happy with this bit of plumbing, so we'll tinker again with it. We've got to plumb them together, so it might mean we might decide, because that frame's there, we might decide to have another 1 or 2 water butts so we can keep the maximum amount of water. We haven't really decided yet, but yeah, another little step on the greenhouse. Then my little greenhouse munchkins, if I do say it myself, I'm quite pleased with what I've done, and it's without the expert advice of her indoors because she's not here today. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at this. Look at this. The wall. It's got a sort of pretty ugliness to it. It's that ugly, it's pretty. Run out of bricks, so go do that. This is one planting area, and this is another. Now, you're going to ask me now, Reggie, what are all these holes up above for? Why have you done that with the top layer of bricks? Well, the plan is to, I'll tap them down to them of them, and we're going to put a little, something that grows. Little cactus, or, you know, these plants that grow from, live off fresh air type of thing. Well, that's the idea of putting that there. So I've topped up over here as well. I've done the same here. I've put another level on here so that we can, what's he called? Vinny the Vine. So anyway, so I've put a layer on top there, so we've got a little planting. We saw it on YouTube, somebody said, a woman put on bricks or something, so I went and bought a load of bricks just to put the tops on like that. Yeah, so, I'm really, that's made it stronger, that division there. I put holes so that it can drain out the bottom and it can drain into each other as well. So if that gets full, it can fall this way and fill here. Well. I'm quite pleased with myself.